Can you feel the storm shine? Make it brighter for me.
They perfected the car, and you've noticed it. And I feel like in the business of building, you can't really build the same house that you built 20 years ago because times have changed.
No. Yeah.
There's more design elements. Like the classical difference in how I do things now is my interior doors, my exterior doors go from the floor to the ceiling, so we don't have any gaps. In the old days, you would have 10-foot ceilings, 8-foot doors, and then a gap. Today, my doors go straight up to the ceiling, so it's proportion. It's just grandiose. It's just
Also trends, right?
Yeah.
Like there's new trends into like wellness. Now, everyone, if you're going to pay for a house that's over, I'll be honest, nowadays $6 million, they're expecting to have some sort of wellness area, maybe like 7, but like still something, right? Like
What
a
about
sauna,
Paseo?
steam.
You have a
Yeah.
huge wellness.
I
center there.
mean, we took out, instead of having 3 bedrooms in the basement, the designer elected to take 2 bedrooms, merge together, and we created a beautiful wellness center, gym,
Yeah.
sauna, like wet, dry.
To be honest, I think that that's always better because who wants people staying that long with you? Extra 3 bedrooms or a wellness center? Like one's peace and one's like not.
And do you really need 11 bedrooms in a house?
No, it's crazy.
Right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You need a wellness center. You do not need 11 bedrooms in the house. I think you only need like, a handful.
What about at Paseo? You went to Milan a number of times and you actually
Right.
picked the furniture and the art. That was very creative.
Right. So the cool thing in the last 2 years, what I've done that's quite different than a lot of other builders is not only do I build these crazy homes, but most of my interior finishes come from Italy, from Milan. The kitchens were polyform, Moldonova bathroom vanities, the floors, the light fixtures, all the art that was made by Hermes and a lot of the other companies out there. So if you walked into 766 Paseo Miramar, you would see things that nobody has seen before because these factories made these specific items for me for this project. And I look forward to going back. I go back to these factories because they do custom. For example, Paseo Miramar, we had 10-foot minimum length hardwood planks, and each width was 11.25 inch. You can't find that here. It's just, they don't make that here. No knots, beautiful floors. The ceiling that we did in on the main level where we carved out the wood, just beautiful things. So I love incorporating foreign finishes into what we do in America, which I think gives a whole other different look.
Completely.
To the
I don't know a lot of other builders that would go that length because, like I said, it gets at a certain point, they're like, here's my box and enjoy my box.
Right. But I love traveling too, so that's what
It's exactly. It's fun.
Hey,
It
I'm
makes,
going to Milan. Hey, let's go to Milan. Hey, let's take a little side road to Rome. What about Sicily? I'm there.
well, I
So-
look at that. You have to find ways to make your work fun and enjoyable so you can actually continue to do it. Otherwise, you'll burn out and you won't like it. I mean, a lot of agents, they like door knock and they cold call, and just never been my thing. I've never been successful at it. I'm much better just naturally talking to people, like going places, talking to people at workouts and bars and restaurants, and just being like
You mean
a social
more
person.
people with the dog?
I meet more people walking my dog and like referrals and things like that than I ever do from calling someone, and that brings me joy. So I'll continue doing that.
And that's cool, like that personality. I can't tell you how many times she knows this. So she's very close to making a deal on a property that I own. And I'm like, Jacqueline, invite me over. Let's connect with them. Let's meet the owners. I'm there and that product gets sold. It's done. It's something when you meet the agent, the seller, and there's a connection, and there's like, they've done this before. It's repetitive and they know each other. And it's not like some salesperson selling you a used car, right? These are people that have done this and they work together and there's trust in there. And when you meet buyers and you're that person that the agent talks about because they've done multiple deals with them and they know their product and we have a great track record, it's that much easier to buy 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, $20 million homes.
Yeah. I mean, we forget that your house is like your sanctuary. There's not, what's the most important thing you own? Your house. It just is. So you have to feel, one, connected to it, but also like when you're buying a house, who's helping you throughout the process is everything. And it's like dating. It's like, who do you connect with and who makes it feel like it's the right match, right?
And I always tell my buyers this too, like, you buy a house, you look at a structure, it's done. you look at the outside, the finishes, and it's all done. But really, what is the most important component of the house? It's the guts. It's the mechanicals, the plumbing, electric, air conditioning, fire sprinklers, foundation, framing, right? Which is why the state holds us accountable for so many years. You can't tell that by buying a house. It could be so beautiful on the outside, then you're sleeping one night and you hear crickets in the attic, or you hear people walking and you can hear your kids running. And
Yeah.
I put extra effort in my homes. We insulate all the interior walls, even though it's not required by code. We take so many extra measures in the building of our homes to make sure that the product that the client gets at the end is something that they're happy about. And I'd say, thank God, in 25 years of doing this, we've had 0 complaints, many happy clients. And that's why I build in the same territories where I've sold,
Yeah.
like the West Side.
It's word of mouth too.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I saw that house that was then down the street from this one. It's just community word of mouth.
Right.
Now I have the most important question for you.
Yes.
Who is Opie?
Opie. Opie's
is
inspiration.
tell me how you would describe Opie.
I would say Opie, I'll let him speak for himself, but I'll tell you, Opie's inspiration. Opie is like, Guy, what's for lunch? And so we get to eat lunch. If it wasn't for Opie lunch, what
You
would
would
I
starve.
I would starve.
Starving
no,
Guy.
Opie and I, a classical example that comes to mind is one of the properties I built on Coldwater Canyon in Studio City. And we're sitting there, the house is done, framed. I think we even put drywalls. I think the windows are in the house. And we're sitting there in the living room and we got fantastic views of the valley and like killer views, 1,000 oak trees around us. And we're sitting, we're looking at the kitchen dining room and we're like, I think the layout here is wrong. I think the view is in this direction and not this direction. I think the kitchen is in the wrong side of the house. It took us a few hours sitting in that one evening, I think it may have been a Saturday night, and we revised the entire layout of the house. And what came out was amazing. So it's like he has good vision, and it's amazing to have a second set of eyes.
Yeah.
In the course of building, not just at the end, like, okay, I wish I should have done this, I could have done that, or this, in the course of building, look and say, I think this could be done a little bit differently. And I think maybe we capture, the view. And so we visit the homes, like a lot of times we'll go visit the homes that we build, and we visit them different times a day, morning, afternoon. Important. Different light comes in the afternoon. I know in Paseo Miramar, we studied the sunrise, sunset. We made sure the angles were correct and how we put the windows in and the angles of the doors.
So many builders don't even think of that. The architect does it. They don't even visit the property and they put it up and everything is just not right.
No, we sat there. I remember when it was vacant lot, we sat there for hours and we were looking at the orientation, like how do you put that door? There's a 47-foot pocket door. Should it be here? Should it be here? Where's my view? Where are people going to sit? And so Opie is really a good inspirational add-on. He sees things, and I think it's a gift to be able to pay attention and notice and actually propose changes and ideas that make sense. Because anybody can say, hey, you know what? I don't like the color of your hair.
Yeah.
Why? Because you just want to say something? No,
Yeah.
because it makes sense.
Or just like someone you trust that has a similar vision that you do, but at the same time will be able to say what they think. Because, my mom and my brother now are doing flips and new builds and things like that. And I think you guys play off each other. Max has an insane eye. Then you've been doing this longer than Max and you know what the clients want. So together they kind of, can do that.
What do you think,
I'm just
Opie?
the personality hire.
What do you think, Opie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come you have such a good eye for it? Do you have a background in construction or what's your story?
Yeah, I got into construction after the Northridge earthquake. It was 30 years ago or so. So I started with the earthquake retrofitting, crawling under homes and all that. And then from there, building homes and doing apartment renovations and condo conversions, all kind of stuff like that. And then we met, and it's just he has a talent. His impressive talents is that he is extremely knowledgeable when it comes to construction plans, framing, which is very complicated, especially with these big builds because you have huge spans. Not everyone can do it. And the key to his success is the speed in which he builds.
I agree.
I've been in this for 30 years. I've never seen anyone build a 4,000 or 5,000 square foot house in 6 months. It just doesn't happen. I
That's
don't care.
correct, too.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And somehow or another, he's like, yeah, we're pouring today. We're framing tomorrow. We're getting final permits in 2 months. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. So
I have a really good crew. I have a crew that's been with me from day one. So my lead framer has been with me since I started my first house. Sometimes we switch off individuals, but my team has worked together for so many years
See, that's
that
It's on lock.
Yeah, they know, they work. A plumber works with an electrician. Typical builders will do framing, then they'll bring a plumber, then they'll bring the next one, and the next one, and the next one. My guys, we're on the second floor, and the first floor is already being plumbed, electric, air conditions. We're running things. So, yeah, I mean, I speak. My company is not me if it wasn't for my team. I have a great group of guys working for me, and they know each other and they respect each other, and we do events together, we celebrate holidays together, and they know what I expect. They know
You're
my
also nice. Remember, you did the taco truck, and you bring in fun things and lunch. You keep it fun for everyone, and you're generous.
Well,
I see that.
they protect me. If they're another classic example, one of the guys framing accidentally runs a saw and cuts electrical wires in the walls. I would
thought you were gonna say
never
arm.
known. No, well, that has happened too.
Oh, no.
Yes, I've had a guy lose a finger, and I've had a guy, cut his leg open like crazy. But they're part of the family, and it happens, and we take care of him. But guys that make mistakes on the job, instead of hiding it or blaming someone else, they come to me and say, "I'm so sorry. We ran a saw through the wall. We cut the wires. Check all the electrical before you put drywall. Otherwise, imagine the mess you have. The house is done. These guys are not there anymore. Why isn't this working?" So there's a level of respect and a level of understanding, and there's no need to be mad. We're one big family, and I love it. I truly love what I do. I have a lot of respect for my crew. I have a lot of respect for the people that help me buy the properties, sell the properties, build the homes. Everybody around me, it's fun. It's really fun. What I do is, I love it. I can't. Markets are slow. The markets are bad. I'm always going to be building.
Wow.
You were going to be a doctor, though.
Oh yes.
Right?
You were going to be a doctor.
I have an MD. I am a doctor.
What did you? What kind of doctor?
I was a general doctor.
General doctor.
Yeah, I graduated in 2000. I was going to go to med.
Wait,
I was going to do my residency in New York, and I decided to just pause for a year because I just basically ran nonstop with my education, never took a break. And I got married in 2001, and my dad, who was doing remodels, built a house for us. We were living in the guest house at the time, and I saw this whole 5,000 square foot house come up, and I was part of that as well. And I loved it. I loved the reconstructing of a house. And if you think about it, as a physician, when you get a patient, you reconstruct their body, you fix them, you make them whole and new again. Same thing with the builder. There's some commonality there.
For sure.
Where you're building a house and you're putting something new together. And so fell in love with it, and I never went back. I never did my residency in New York, and I built my company, and but I do, So when a hammer falls on one of my workers, I can stitch them. I have done that before.
Oh my God.
Yes. Great.
All right, wait, Guy. So, what's some advice you would give to people who want to get into this, or maybe just your younger self when you were starting out? I'd say your younger self, considering.
I say learn the trade. It's not about taking an exam, passing, and getting a license. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that, but a lot of people can do that. If you really want to build and you really want to be successful, you're successful by two things. Number one is understanding the trade, really truly understanding what it is you're building and how you put the things together. And number two is associating yourself with the right people around you, right real estate agents, people like Jacqueline who will come into the house during the course of build and not just care when I'm done and, okay, I'm going to go sell your house, but, she'll come into the property and be like, "Wow, Guy, I don't know about this window. I think it's too small or too big, or you got to move it to the right." Constructive criticism that we, being in the business for as many years as we have been, know what buyers are looking for. Buyers want double sinks. They want 2 dishwashers, a master closet. In the old days, I would probably build closets that were a quarter of the size they are today. Today, my closets are the size of bedrooms, literally. And there's 2 of them, one for her, one for his. And I make their life, I make the real estate agent's life easier because now they have a product they can sell. So I would suggest meeting great real estate agents, listening to the comments they have because they're the one who are meeting the buyers and they understand what it is that buyers want, and then just following through.
Cool. Where can people find you? What's your website, Instagram?
My Instagram is same as my website. It's gmedevelopment.com. You can always contact me. I'm very personable. My clients, everybody has my cell phone number, and I'm on
We'll
7.
put the cell phone number on the bottom of the bio.
Yeah.
For you guys.
So all my clients, they reach me. They don't call my office. They call me directly. Questions.
Call him directly if you have any questions.
Yes, please. Anytime.
Guy's the best.
Guys, the
Thank
best.
you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank
We
you,
appreciate it.
Opie.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Guy. Thank you,
Appreciate
Opie.
it.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Opie.
Jacqueline. That's it for now. Bye.
Make it brighter for